Welcome in, guys, and today I'm going to I'm going to preview the upcoming game between the Lions and the Vikings for Week 17, Christmas Day edition. Yes, you're going to see it's on Christmas Day, but yeah, 4:30 Eastern, so when you're eating your dry-ass turkey and you're fucking trying to think that, eating all the fucking dry-ass turkey and beef or whatever, uh, we've got the Lions traveling to the Vikings. Now, you look at the last time we faced the Vikings, which was over a month ago now, back in November. The Vikings came to Ford Field, and basically, the one thing that the big game plan for the Vikings was the defense. Brian Flores organized that defense fantastically. He was isolating the likes of Jamar Gibbs, Aiden Hutchinson. Jamar Gibbs was getting isolated. A lot of it was, again, Brian Flores was the brainchild of that whole win on the defense side of the ball, and ultimately, the Vikings won 27-24 last time out. But you look at them. Look at after this game recently. Since that game over a month ago, the Lions are 8-6. We choked against the Steelers last week. We had to win. We need to win this game if we want to get into the playoffs. This is our last chance. I said last week was our last chance, but this is the last chance to get into the playoffs. We've got to beat the Vikings because we got Bears football to end the week, to end the season next week. So, both teams, Lions lost to the Steelers at home. Vikings got a good road win against the Giants last week. And then you look at really them in this whole season. Obviously, the main goal for the Vikings has been seeing if JJ McCarthy is the guy. And he's had moments where you think he could be the guy, but he's been injured a ton as well. Next year, again, people say, but next year, again, it is what it is. But as it currently stands, the Vikings are 7-8. The Lions are 8-6, like I said. The keys to victory for the Vikings, you've got to get at Jared Goff in that offensive line. Do what Mike Tomlin did a couple of days ago. Put pressure on Jared Goff in that offensive line. Stop the Lions' running game. Make pressures on secondary, and basically isolate the likes of St. Brown and isolate St. Brown and Gibbs and all those guys, and make sure that Jared Goff goes in the air. Keys to victory for the keys to victory for the Lions here for winning. Just stop the likes of Justin Jefferson and Aaron Jones Sr. and put pressure on JJ McCarthy. Isolate JJ McCarthy. Team news for this game, injury wise. Starting off with the Vikings here, T.J. Hockenson used to be a former Lion. He's got a shoulder injury, and he's out as I'm recording this on Wednesday night. Ryan Kelly, center, concussion. Jordan Madison on the running game, ankle injury. JJ McCarthy has a right hand injury. I don't know if he's going to be available for tomorrow. Again, it says here questionable for Wednesday night. So again, he could be back for the game for tomorrow. And then Aaron Jones has got a little ankle injury. Don't know about the update about that. On the defensive side for things for the Vikings, Javon Hargraves is out. Eric Wilson's out. Gavin Bartholomew is out. Gavin Bartholomew is out. Well, yeah, he's just out. But Gavin Bartholomew, they drafted him early on in the season. And then Ty Chandler is out with a knee injury, and Austin Keys with a ankle injury. Switching to the Lions injury news, Avante Maddox, who again, he had a bit of an injury last week. The injury was a back injury / illness. I understand the feeling about the illness. I've got a bit of a cold right now, but he's out for the game. Montgomery's out with an illness. Again, he could be back for the game. Montgomery, I'm hoping he is back for the game. Tristan Cohen, offensive line, got a wrist injury, could be back for the game. Marcus Davenport's out, is questionable. Tyler Decker's questionable. Christian Mahogany's questionable. He's been out for a while, but he could be back for this game. Tom Kennedy's out. He's questionable as well. And Giovanni Manu is out. Yeah, he's out. He ain't going to play on that offensive line. And then Alan McNeil, questionable. Aiken Robertson, questionable. St. Brown, questionable. So yeah, a lot of guys who were questionable and not up to full fitness yet. Predictions for this game. Well, Lions are heavy favorites here, minus the 7.5-point favorites. Much as the Vikings have been a dumpster fire this year and they haven't been performing well across the board, to be honest, apart from like a couple of times in games where they've been defensively great. I'm gonna go for the Lions to win, but I'm gonna have the Vikings to cover that backdoor spread because I don't know, man. Like, you know, the Vikings could have one of those games, like I said earlier, where their defense just wins them the ball. And again, a lot of weaknesses in the Lions team is offensive line's been a weakness all season, and they've been constantly beating the drum, saying that we should have in the trade deadline we should have addressed and got some more additions on the offensive line. There's been really huge questions on both sides of the ball this year. Offensively has been not really good, apart from like Jamar Gibbs and the regulars, but the play calling's been questionable, and for even like now that Dan Campbell's taken over the play calling, it's still been questionable. The defense, we can have a couple of times where we've had games where we are solid defensively, but again we're bad defense. We're bad offensively. We had that with the Eagles a few weeks ago, and that's just been one of our seasons where it is a transitional year, and you look at both offensive and defensive coordinators of the Lions, and they've not been pulling up trees. Like Kelvin Shepherd or John Morton haven't been pulling up trees for this Lions team this year. And even Dan Campbell has been doing some play calls, but hasn't been pulling up trees. And then for the Vikings, like again, the bottom of the NFC North, they still need a lot of additions. I think on the offense side of all that. I think they need some more additions on the. They need to protect JJ McCarthy. Get some more additions on the offensive line. Now you can beef up that secondary a bit more. I think weapons-wise, yeah, you have Justin Jefferson and you have Aaron Jones, but again, the drop-off after that is tremendous. Like, you have Jordan Madison, but again, he's injured, so you do need another kind of additional running back. Score prediction for this game, I'm going to go Lions 35, Vikings 25. I think it's going to be one of those tight games where it's going to be one of those tight games, even though both teams aren't playing too well lately. It's going to be one of those where a low shooting game, but kind of a high scoring game. But yeah, give me the Lions to win here, 35-25. I'll be back later on Christmas Day to do my recap of this game and give you my thoughts, and then I've got my picks going out soon after. Bye, guys.